Hello everybody, welcome to Sick of Shit Broadcasting. I'm the host of this program, Mr. Sick of Shit, because just like you, I'm sick of this shit. Well, some of you, maybe all of you, may be aware that according to the lamestream media, right, we know who they are, we are being blanketed in the Midwest, which I'm part of, by toxic smoke coming from Canadian wildfires. Since when? I'm 55 years old. I've never in my life heard of smoke from wood traveling this far, first of all. Secondly, being toxic from burning wood. What kind of trees are they growing in Canada? I mean, seriously, we know there is such a thing as artificial intelligence. Could there now be such a thing as artificial trees? Because Canadians are saying that this isn't smelling like any kind of smoke from wood that they've ever smelled. They're saying it smells like chemicals. First thing that comes to my mind is synthetic fibers that melt rather than burn. Like, I don't know, sweaters can be made out of acrylic. Many other types of man-made fabric. So, hell, for all we know, maybe these Canadians have figured out a way to make trees out of acrylic and other artificial fibers. I don't know. But when the Canadian people themselves are telling me that this isn't smelling like smoke from burning wood, it's smelling like chemical fire, I'm going to listen to them before I'm going to listen to anybody coming out of lamestream mainstream. And tell me what's been going on with you if you live anywhere in the Midwest, because I have noticed that since all this started, I've noticed quite a bit because I've been paying attention. Not only have I noticed I have a sore throat that I can't seem to get rid of, the only way I can relieve it is by sucking on cough drops, which also have a throat relieving effect. It is somewhat bothering me right now, but I did notice, wasn't very long after I got here, surrounded by all this forest, where the air is much cleaner than it is in the city. It's not really anywhere near what it is when I'm in the city, and not even outside, but even in the house. Also, I have been noticing, since all this started, we are having a lot more days, whole days here. The sun will pop in and out here and there, but for the most part, the whole day will be cloudy. No rain, just cloudy. And we're also having a lot more rain than is, well, I wouldn't say than is normal, but more rain than I would expect. And we're talking heavy downpours that last for a prolonged period of time, sometimes an hour or longer, and frequently throughout the day when we do have a rainy day. It's not like it normally would be. It'd be, rain really hard for a little while, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, the rest of the day is sunny. Not happening that way. That's actually more normal than what we're seeing now. I don't know, something to me smells really chemical in a fishy kind of way. So, tell me what you're experiencing if you live in the Midwest. Are you having any kind of respiratory issues? Are you having a sore throat? Anything like that? Is your weather patterns, where the rain and the lack of rain, sun versus lack of sun, what's going on where you are? And I'm just wondering, I wonder how far reaching this is. Is it going into the West Coast too, possibly? I don't know. Haven't heard anything about that. Only the east of the Mississippi part am I really hearing about. And I don't know, to be honest with you, what I see doesn't look like smoke. It looks like clouds. But I guess if it's high up enough in the atmosphere, it could have the similar look. I don't know, but it's really weird. It's making me wonder about a few things. First of all, I'm not so sure that we're not being attacked by someone, and likely someone from within this country who's working in conjunction with that evil excuse for a human being, Trudeau. I do not like him, don't like anything about him. I don't like him any more than I do Trump, Biden, any of them. There are very few that I just have any interest in at all, any use for. Because I really believe at this point, have been for quite some time, feeling that the majority of these people in politics, I got news for you, they're one and the same. Because if they weren't, our side would be doing a whole lot more to stop the D side from what they're doing. And the only thing I see or hear is a bunch of whining, moaning, grumbling, and groaning that make them look like they're in opposition when I don't see them doing anything. Who was it? This, I don't know what his position is, but he's in control of the secretary. I don't know. Maybe he's the Secretary of Defense or something. I don't know. Some Latino guy that's actually in charge of keeping people from crossing the border that are not supposed to be. Well, he's not doing a particularly good job. A lot of people want him impeached. And the R side, if you want to call them a different side, they're claiming there's no reason to impeach him. Well, that tells me they really want all these people coming across the border. They want child sex trafficking. They want the trank and the fentanyl and methamphetamine and everything else that's coming across the border with these people, not to mention young, single, military-age men from a lot of places that are not particularly fond of this country. They obviously want all this to continue. And quite frankly, I don't believe for a second that when they find these guys by the busload, that they're sending them back to where they came from. Don't believe that, folks. Don't believe it. They're doing the same thing with them, no doubt, that they're doing with the people from South and Central America, circulating them strategically all around the country. Why would they be doing that? Could it be that they want these people coming from unfriendly countries to be in places where they can cause a great deal of damage, kind of like what's happening in France right now? Do you realize that all the riots that are going on there and the burning of police stations, buildings, attacks on police and what have you, all of that, or most of it, is being done by migrants that have come to France from places that are not too keen on France. I mean, granted, I understand why most of these people are Muslims, because of what happened to that young Muslim boy. They have every right to be upset, but sorry, if they're illegal, they need to just go back to where they came from. Macron should be impeached. Really, he should be, for having even allowed illegals to come. But that's happening all over Europe. It's happening here. It's happening in Australia. It's everywhere that NATO, all the NATO countries, they're the ones doing this. Wonder why. Could they be trying to help these people incite civil unrest so that they can then come in and say, oh, well, this has gotten to be out of hand. We're going to have to get this under control with our tanks and tear gas and God knows what else. Martial law, all that kind of thing. So they can gain complete control over everything and everybody, every aspect of our daily lives. Could it be? Something to think about. All I know is I don't trust any of these people anymore. None. And I would hope that you are smart enough to realize you shouldn't trust them either, because they're not giving you any real reason to do so. Well, I guess I've rambled on enough for today. It's kind of muggy out here from all the rain anyway, so I'm going to go for today. Till next time, Mr. Sick of Shit saying, just do the best you can with what you got. Because hard times are coming. Very likely, fall is going to be massive layoffs. Get as ready for that as you can. Likely also around the same time going to see the prices we think they're bad now. They ain't anything yet. Wait till fall. I don't even want to find out what Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner is going to be like. At any rate, till next time, Mr. Sick of Shit signing out.